How's everybody doing? Good morning. I hope you can hear me. Well, that's pretty bad, ain't it? That light ain't hitting on nothing. Hey, you guys. It's good to see everybody this morning. I wanted to hit on something real quick before I get up and get out of here. Good morning. How y'all doing? I ain't gonna be on but a second. I mean it. Because I don't got time. I'll how can I put it? Let's just get on to it. I've been called a hoarder in a couple of different senses of the word. I had to clarify that because it's when people think like that, it's I don't even got the words because it's so ridiculous. All it is another excuse why people don't be doing what they supposed to do. It's easy for us to come up with excuses for you not doing what you're supposed to be doing when you're supposed to be doing it. For instance, somebody called me a hoarder because I'm always collecting equipment. Can you call me a hoarder too because I'm growing food and vegetables out in my garden? If I grow more than you, am I hoarding food? Am I hoarding vegetables? If I'm canning and storing it, is that hoarding? Now let's get something straight. If you're doing it because you ain't got nothing better to do and this becomes some kind of weird habit, that's hoarding. People change definitions to suit their own needs. Even when it comes to the Bible, people change scripture and definitions and meanings inside the word of God to suit their own lifestyle or livelihood. They do the same thing right here on this rock. They sit here and all throughout their lives, they make excuses on why they aren't doing what they're supposed to do. They'll make you feel bad about things that you're doing because they are not. Okay? I got to make that clear. Now, right now, in my definition, I think everybody should be trying to get as much equipment, as much food, as much things stored away as you possibly humanly can, legally can. Because this is a crisis. This is an emergency. So to say that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and I'm not leaving more for you is utterly ridiculous. Because, see, I've been doing this most of my life. You're just starting once the tornado touched down 2 blocks from your house. So it looks like I'm taking up everything and then I'm not leaving none for you. No, that's because people like that are usually you playing video games, you busting rhymes, you rapping, you coming up with your new music career, but the world is crumbling around us. And nobody's taking into nobody's getting the perspective that some of the things that we really aspire to do and want to become has nothing to do with your survival. Being the next hit pop star has nothing to do with hurricanes. It has nothing to do with your survival through a flood. So I'm not saying don't strive and follow your dreams like that, but be realistic and hey, stuff is blowing up. We need to put some food away. Do you think millionaires and entertainers are not Just because they ain't on TV and YouTube saying they storing and stocking food away, you think they not? Cut it out. They just ain't making all that stuff public because they know that if you see Brad Pitt prepping, you gonna get scared to the point you're gonna do something stupid. If you see Denzel Washington start prepping and making bunkers, you're gonna get nervous. So I'm just saying, family, I don't care what people say that's not doing what they're supposed to do. Right now, you're supposed to be getting yourself together in any kind of way that you possibly can. I don't care if it's your health, your fitness, your food storage, your finances, whatever you need for whatever is to come next. That's what you should be doing. And if for the people that ain't and they're more interested in nonsense, and they looking at you telling you that you're the one that's crazy, people like us, you're watching me now, have been called crazy for a long time. We've been called ridiculous. Now, people like us are the ones that the rest of them are depending on to tell them what they need to start doing. Which direction should they be looking in? Because they have no freaking clue about growing no food, storing no food, what tools do they don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. Most people is out there learning how to put on makeup and the new clothing styles. For what? So you can call it hoarding all you want to. Hoarding things that's going to keep my family alive when another person ain't. You know what I mean? That's utterly ridiculous. That's utterly ridiculous. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't let nobody sway you like that with that garbage. Don't let nobody sway you. Because what I'm starting to see, and if you look in the comments lately in some of my lives, you start to see a lot of attacks from trolls and stuff. You get it on the internet and you get it in your real life. How many people right now, your family members or your friends, think you're nuts? Because clearly the only reason you watching me right now is because of all this stuff we do. A couple jokes here and there, but you know what I'm really about. Your family is calling you stark raving lunatic because you're in tune to what's going on out there. You're in tune with, is it me? Or does it seem like the whole world is in some kind of dream state? Like they're in some kind of fog. And you the one walking around like, you see that? Did you hear about what happened over in what's the name? Did you? And everybody walking around, hey, I'm going to the club tonight, you. No. Everybody is conducting, going on with their lives right now like nothing is wrong. And that is tripping me out. I keep wondering, is it just me? I'm looking around and people just going to the fast food places, going to the grocery store like nothing is wrong. It's killing me. It's killing me. And you want to hear the crazy part? One of the crazy parts is a lot of the people that seem like they don't care. I ain't even gonna go there. I ain't even gonna go there. I ain't going down that alley. But it's like they're in a freaking dream state. And I'm the one looking around like, I don't get it. And those are the people that say, we're doing too much. We're ridiculous. I don't get it. So to me, the difference between prepping and hoarding, there is a stark difference. Prepping and hoarding. If you're prepping and storing up food and supplies, like, you want to hear something, is built in us naturally anyway. We're no different than them squirrels. We're no different than the doggone beavers. We're no different than the birds. We have a sense of urgency built inside of us. You have a mechanism inside of you that tells you storms are coming, winter is coming, emergency, disaster. You have it in you. Everybody do. Even the people I said that's in the fall. Only difference is most people nowadays choose to ignore that gift that was given to us. Most people choose to ignore that because they can't handle what they, most people, if they can't handle something, they act like it don't exist. Out of sight, out of mind, right? If you overweight, you got a mirror that only comes up this high, right? Stuff like that. Because out of sight, out of mind. If you don't want to know the reality of the real true grit of your city in your world, you don't go over in the ghetto. You stay off of Main Street, right? You don't go down there. You don't go down to Main Street, because out of sight, out of mind. That way, if it's out of sight, out of mind, you can constantly make excuses why other people ain't worth it. You can constantly make excuses why you can have another piece of birthday cake if your mirror only comes up to here. You constantly make excuses why people down in the ghetto need to get their act together, because you don't live down there. You don't know what's going on. You don't know why they're there, and you don't know who put them there, because somebody put them there. That area was built and kept in that manner for a reason. Out of sight, out of mind. And it's no different with right now. You have that mechanism built inside you, and you choose to ignore it. Just like in that book. In that book, there's rules and regulations that you're supposed to be going and doing every day, but we choose to ignore it because we don't want, no, I don't want to know, God. Out of sight, out of mind. And we walk through our lives in a doggone fog. We walk through our lives knowing the truth, but pretending it don't exist. You walk right past homeless people. You walk right past starving people. And you just close your eyes and look the other way and plug your nose. And you made an excuse in your head. Oh, he want to be a bum. So poor, sad soul. Oh, they just on that street corner because they was born drug dealers. You don't know what put people in those situations. And right now, if you keep ignoring that mechanism that's built inside of you of what we need to be doing in that book, or what the weather is trying to tell us every single day, you're a fool. You are a blind fool if you keep on acting like nothing is happening, or this does not pertain to you. Nothing. The weather, the disasters, nothing. And I had some guy, and I'm gonna get on that too. I had some guy tell me, I did a video like a couple weeks ago, last week or something, when I was talking about our houses in the middle of the street, the joke I was laughing about. Said, oh man, that was corny. And you know who I'm watching, talk about, homie. You probably watching me now. No disrespect to you, homie. No disrespect to you at all. But I'm telling you one thing. What you said was ridiculous, because he said, oh, that's corny. That's ridiculous. You should be helping everybody in Louisiana. You should be out putting out your money to help those brothers and sisters. I don't know who he think I am. I don't know if he know if I'm just a normal dude. I don't know if people watch me on this and think I'm some kind of millionaire entertainer. I'm not. I'm a hundredaire. I'm a freaking mailman. Okay? My videos come on late during the week because I'm at work. Just like him. And here's the thing, I don't have millions and trillions of dollars to help every single soul in Louisiana. That's utterly ridiculous. And that's what we be thinking about our entertainers. Here's the thing. You watch entertainers and think that they're supposed to, we've switched things up. And I didn't even respond to this dude, but I'll respond to you this way. We've switched things up and think that people that entertain us on YouTube, Facebook, Hollywood, all of that is the ones you need to be going to for your salvation. That's where your brain is screwed up. You shouldn't be coming to me looking for salvation. Your faith is screwed up. People are looking towards entertainers for help. I'm not saying that we can't help in our own certain ways, but the people that keep thinking that one man can save everybody, you're ridiculous. And those are the people that make a lot of excuses for what they didn't do, what they are not doing. Those are another excuse makers, like I was talking about in the beginning. You watch me and you think I'm supposed to save the United States. Lead farmer is supposed to save the United States of America. Your brain is warped in the first place, thinking such a thing can be done. You put all your faith and energy in me and not in our Lord. You was wrong before you even start typing your stupid comment. You was wrong as soon as you start typing to me. What you should have did was drop to your knees and talk to him, not me. That's ridiculous. Now, we can also talk about me joking around with that situation. I wasn't making fun of Louisiana people. I wasn't making fun of the hurricanes. I wasn't making fun of them. But I'm telling you this, we've become so sensitive. We're killing ourselves with our sensitivity. We all grew up. All of us, you, me, everybody grew up with that little childhood saying, sticks and stones may break your bones. Everybody know the rest of that saying. When did we get rid of that? When did somebody call you a name and all of a sudden you want to pick up something and harm somebody else because they called you a name? When did we become so sensitive and offended? You are ready to destroy another human life because somebody called you a name. But the atrocities that's really happening to us, you just, again, out of sight, out of mind. You're not doing anything about any of that. But your homeboy call you a name, or you hear a joke that you don't like and you find offensive. You're ready to destroy that human being. But all of the things that's going on today and all the horrible humanitarian horrors. I don't watch how many people, I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. That's because you're going to learn so much stuff and you're going to be wondering, what can you do about it? Man, get out of here. It's right now, it's just everything is just too sensitive, man. And if I didn't do anything that day, a lot of people laughed and forgot for a few minutes about the horror that we're all going through right now. And if you don't believe me, go back and read the comments. Everybody don't just like to just think about death and destruction every 5 seconds of them life. Now, some people get off on that. I get it. But sometimes your brain needs a break. Your brain needs this is my wife saying, I got to steal her saying for a second. Your brain needs a break before your brain breaks. My wife tells me that all the time. Lady Lead, that's my heart, that's my queen, that's my rock. Your brain needs a break before your brain breaks. That means you better chill before your cheese slip off your cracker. Sometimes you got to just woosah and look at a bird in the tree. Sometimes you just need to go look at a baby in the park and smile. Sometimes you need to chill. And what's all this hard? Listen, every day it's a hurricane. Every day it's a tornado, a volcano, an earthquake, forest fires. Every single day we hear about horror. Every now and then, wouldn't you just like to just look at a Snicker commercial and laugh real quick? Just like, oh my God, it's so much going on. You stay puffed up. You don't realize you puffed up, but you puffed up like this, watching the news and watching. If you watch the Weather Channel, you will have an anxiety attack because you like those 1 minute, 2 minute videos keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. You like this. And then Snickers really satisfies you. You be like, oh God. Whew. I didn't breathe for about 5 videos. You needed to see that. There's a difference, family, between hoarding and preparing for the reality that's going on around us right now. There's a big difference. And if for the people that don't see that, more power to them. And I'll say a prayer for you. Good luck. But don't let nobody stop you right now from doing what you're supposed to do. Show of hands. Now I'm looking at the comments. Show of hands. How many people seen the movie Book of Eli? Hey, Frugal Nurse Homestead. How many people seen the Book of Eli? That movie was more than a movie. That movie had message after message after message after message. If you have not watched the Book of Eli, you need to go watch it, because get past the entertainment part and look at the message. I always say, skip past the mess and get to the message. So many golden nuggets of messages in that movie. Whoever thought of that movie, that wasn't for the average Joe. It's just a shoot 'em up bang bang movie. It's kind of like, I don't get it. If you sit and watch that movie with nobody around you, messages, whether you want them to or not, it's going to be just dripping in your brains. One message that man kept saying, out of all the stupid stuff that's going on around him, out of all the horror that's going on around him, even when he felt like, I gotta save that person, what did he say? What did he say, y'all? I'm not even gonna say it. What did he say? Every time he seen somebody getting robbed, pillaged, or something was going on bad on the side of him, what did he keep saying that the Father kept telling him? He said, what did he have to do? Every time he saw some nonsense on the side, what did he have to do? Right? I have a mission, so I have to do what? Stay on the path. Stay on the path. Not mind your own business. Stay on the path. Right. Stay the course. Stay on the path. Help me. They about to keep. Hey, man, you want something? Stay on the path. And that's what's going on right now. Everywhere around us is that nonsense. People telling you you're crazy. People telling you this is ridiculous. People like, oh, that'll never happen. Oh, the economy will never crash. All this movie was wonderful. Stay on the path. Because right now, you have that same sense built inside of you, like I just said, that was given to you as a gift. The thing that gets me about us is we separate ourselves from animals. We separate ourselves from nature. We've been doing that a long time. Now, even the natives understood not you, we all are part of that. No, you're not smarter than the animals out there. No, you're not. You just use your brain and your limbs and appendages in a different way. We're no better than out there. Excuse me. That's why we have so many problems today. Because we put in our head that we're better than everything. We're better than each other. We're better than the squirrel in the tree. We're better than everything. We put ourselves so high up on a totem pole that a lot of us have even put ourselves higher than God because we think we're invincible. Even the natives knew. Even the natives knew that we're part of that. That's why they were here so long. And once my battery running low, cut the juice on. There we go. Once things were taken over and that mindset came in that we're better than that, you're better than that, they can't touch us, we're top of the food chain, those kind of words are utterly ridiculous. Look how fast it took for a decline. Now, some people think, couple hundred years, few hundred years is a long time. It's not. The decline of this country alone has happened so fast versus the natives, and before that, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years they've been doing the same thing on this, just in this United States alone. Okay, we ain't talking about nowhere else in the world, just the United States. The natives have been doing their thing for thousands of years. Then the mess happened, and look how fast, since the takeover of this country, how fast the decline went. Just I'm gonna call it just a few hundred years, because to me that's all it is. A few hundred years versus thousands of years of being one with nature and being one with the earth and realizing you're part of this. But once they brought in the separation of, look, I'm not part of that, I'm better than that. Oh, that's not me. I'm sophisticated. We live in homes. We're smarter. That's when the decline started. Once you extracted yourself from nature. And that's why we're in the pickle we're in right now. And a lot of people still think that way. And those are the people that can't decipher hoarding from prepping. Because you think you don't have to. You think you don't have to store food. I don't know. You think you should be growing grass instead of growing food. You think you need to be painting your home instead of building a root cellar. You think that you need a brand new Corvette versus a chicken coop. And somebody said, you must not have an HOA. Because I see you can park your RV at your house. And they thought that was ridiculous. Everybody in my neighborhood has an RV. Number one. Number two, it's a fairly upscale neighborhood. Number three, I feel that if you live in an HOA, you're the fool. Just saying. If you think about the finances of that, that means if you're living in an HOA, you can't grow food. You have to have a certain set of flowers in your front yard, certain sets of flowers in your backyard. You can only see you're paying for somebody to tell you how to live. You might as well move into an apartment. You're paying to be held back from doing what you're supposed to be doing, like I said earlier. You're paying people. You literally coming out of your pocket about 2, 3 to 5,000, and that's just the little stuff to tell for somebody to come and tell you, hey, you can't leave that your baby's big wheel out in your yard. You can't be watering your grass like that. No, your car has to be pushed all the way up to your garage door. You can't park your car in your driveway. Your car has to be inside the garage. You pay people for that? I did everything in my power. When I was looking for this house, you know how many houses I passed up? Beautiful, big, more land, more water. But it's an HOA. Oh, but the fees are cheap though, sir. I don't care. I'm not going to pay people to tell me what to do. That's ridiculous. That's an apartment. I don't care how nice your home is. You may as well live in an apartment. Oh, the landlord said you can't put that out there. Oh, the landlord told me I can't because that's you still doing the same thing. But again, there we go, thinking we're better than other people just because you have a big, nice home and the person in the apartment, or they got to follow some rules. You do too. So anyway, I thought I would touch on a few subjects from the comment section because family, we got to get our heads up out of the mud box. If you dig what I'm saying, get your head up out your mud box, because I promise you, the way we think is so backwards, and it seems like we're the only country that does this stuff. We put each other down for trying to survive. We knock people in the ghetto because they're trying to survive. If you lived in the hood for one day, not 1 week, not 1 month, if you lived in the hood for one day, you would have a way better understanding of why people do what they do and why that's not cool. All it takes is one day in the hood, one day, teach you, listen, we can't keep letting people live like this. We can't, because see, what people don't know is code enforcement stops at certain lines in your city and in your state. There's, I forget what it's called, like red zones or something, where they let you do whatever the hell you want to do. They like, what's the name? And them is old, live in that area, just whatever. So the garbage don't get collected properly. The streets are not cleaned properly. The roads are not repaired properly, because they like, that's the area we're going to funnel all these people in. And that's where we're going to save money in our infrastructure. We'll fix everything else, but the money that's supposed to go in that area will go in our pockets. So we just keep, funnel a certain kind of people over there. So those people don't want to be in those situations. Well, a lot of them don't. Most of them don't, I hope. But you don't realize this system is set up where it literally puts you there. The system is built to literally put you there because you don't meet a certain criteria. Next thing you know, you there. And once you're there, growing up in the ghetto or growing up in the hood, what people don't realize is just like having bad credit. Once you got bad credit, it's hard to bounce back. Once you live in the ghetto, once you live in the hood, once you live in the projects, it's hard to bounce back because people look at your background. Oh, what address are you coming from now? You found a new house and everything. What's your address? Where you coming from now? 123 Main Street. 123 Main Street. Yeah, okay. Just put the application in. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. Because the first thing they see is that red flag telling them we can't have her over here. She's coming from 123 Main Street. Y'all all know that spot stay in the news. So she never able to escape that. So she'll move from 123 Main Street over to 456 Main Street. That's as far as she can go. And she got to slowly use all her resources and money to slowly come away from 123 Main Street. 123 Main Street, 456 Main Street, 789 Main Street, until she on that border of across that bridge, nice houses, people walking their dogs, not as many robberies. And it takes almost a lifetime to get out of there unless you hit it big, unless you hit some big money. Meemaw end up passing away and left you a little land and some cash. That's probably, people don't realize that's one of the only ways that you get out of the hood. And another one where jobs won't give you those opportunities because you live at 123 Main Street. How you gonna get to work? Oh, we got a bus line right on my route, and the bus dropped me off in front of the factory. Yeah, but the bus is not reliable. Been there. My whole point of this video this morning, everybody, if you're wondering, is, man, oh my God, wake up. Just wake up. We're all putting each other down because other people are trying to survive. That got to be the most backwards, ridiculous thing that I can think of right now. The most ridiculous thing. Those are the people we're making fun of, is people that's trying to keep our families and keep ourselves together. But you don't make fun of the little entertainers and artists on television, drenched in gold, or making some crazy song showing your whole body. Those are our new heroes. Those are our new generational heroes. Twerkers and rappers. And I didn't even heard some country songs. I didn't know what this country song was from one of the new rappers, or was this a country dude? I didn't know until I seen part of the video. What do I know? Even country music sound like mumble rap now. Have y'all noticed that? I know everybody don't listen to country. I listen to everything. I've heard some country songs that I'm like, what? Featuring the baby. You know what I'm saying? Garth Brooks featuring the baby. I'm just playing, but you know what I'm saying? Garth Brooks featuring Yeezy. What just happened? That's we put all our stock into that. And the people like me and you, we're the ones that, oh man, this dude, he a sucker. She a fool. He a fool. We're the ones that's the joke, the buddy end of the joke. But this dude wearing his pants, his belt is around his kneecaps. Literally, they did a joke about that long time ago in the movie. Don't drink your juice in the hood. Where the dudes was standing there in their pants, one was a little bit down, the other one was farther, and the other one had his pants like around his ankles. It's real now. That was a joke 20 years ago, or however long that movie was ago, about 20 years ago. That was a joke. That was a joke that we all laughed at because it was a joke. But now it's real. You will stand in line at a grocery store and look at the crack of somebody's butt and their dirty drawers, because y'all keep saying it's dirty. I won't stand behind you. I'd rather go in a longer line somewhere else. I'm not gonna stand behind you. That's gross. I don't care what kind of style it is, man. That one right there is gross. But in that movie, how art depicts life or vice versa, we're living that right now. That's your new hero, though. That's the style you want to follow. Not this. Not this. What this dude doing growing lettuce and trees inside the house for? That's the dumbest thing on the planet. Who the We got to do better than this. We got to do better than this. Just saying, y'all. I'm sorry that I went on this morning, but I just had to be like, man, what's wrong with people, man? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with everybody, man? You understand? We got homesteaders, we got gardeners. That ain't gangster though. That's ridiculous. How in the world can an HOA or any living situation tell you that you can't grow a garden in your neighborhood and in your own backyard? Like, why would they try to make you stop doing that? You would think, I can even see if they said, listen, you got to neaten that up, because mine is a mess. I can even see if they said, hey, if you was in an HOA, you're going to have to neaten that up a little bit. Your grass is a little too high. Yeah. But telling you that you can't, you know how many people out here is telling you that you cannot grow a garden? They have arrested some people in certain zones because they said this area ain't zoned for that. You had an abandoned house there that they tore down. You planted a community garden in that spot. You get a ticket or arrested for growing a community garden. But they let the nasty, rotten, abandoned house and people going in there doing drugs, you let that happen for 15 to 20 years. Windows falling off, shingles flying off the roof of the house and landing on the ground and hitting school kids walking to school. You let that stay there for 15, 20 years. But as soon as somebody said that's an eyesore and we're trying to build our community and fix our community, the community paid to have that house tore down, because clearly the homeowner or the city don't care, because again, what did I say earlier? That's in that red zone area. We don't care what happens over there. So we can leave all them abandoned houses. I'm from Toledo, Ohio, and Detroit, Michigan. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. They'll leave a abandoned house there until it literally melts into the earth and becomes one with the earth again. They will not tear it down. But when the community comes together to have one of those homes tore down out of their neighborhood and they build a community garden, just even if it's just to make things look better, you get fined. And you know what the first thing they say? This area is not coded for that. That's out of code. That's out of district. You can't do that here. You can't grow food here, make it look nice, but we can just leave the abandoned house melting into the ground and letting people do drugs on the inside, and school children walk past this house every day and risk their lives from whoever is flopping in that house. That's okay though. But growing lettuce and kale out here to help feed the homeless people that y'all zone, that they can be in this area, they can't be downtown, but you don't mind if the homeless and the derelicts walk around this area though, around the school children, elementary school down at the end of the block. You don't mind that though. But now I can't grow lettuce. Literally, people have been ticketed and jailed for that. If you don't know, Google it. And everybody know where I'm from, it happens all the time. They don't mind an old, half-burnt, abandoned house. It'll stand there. I know one in particular, and I promise you, I bet you it's still there to this day. If any of my Toledo ones in here, I would ask them, is the address still there? I bet you that house still stands to this day. It's been burnt since I was a kid. I've grown up, raised 3 children, and seen this house my whole life. Half burnt, roof missing. It's there. It's part of the scenery, I guess you want to say. All I'm saying, folks, just open your eyes. And the people that leave comments like that, that's why I don't leave a comment back, because you have a certain mindset of the way this system works, and you're part of that nonsense. I'm not. I'm not. And somebody got on me because I mentioned a friend in one of my videos just recently. Part of our problem is we don't respect each other. We do not respect one another anymore. You'll find one flaw wrong with somebody, one flaw, and automatically you write them off. I've said this many a different times. You can even learn from your enemy. The dumb people don't. Even in the art of war, they learn from their opponents. They learn from their enemy. They learn from the person they're up against. You don't learn nothing if you listen. Every time we have a war, there's lessons to be learned. We don't like the opposing side. You learn from them, from their technology, the way they do things, the way they attack, the way they withdraw. You learn things. So in life, you do that in your everyday life. You don't just say, I don't like this person, so I'm not going to learn from him. You're a fool. You're a fool and you'll be left behind. I don't like his religion. I don't like his faith. I don't like, you're a fool. You just judged a whole human being on what he believes because you don't live that way. You judged a whole human being. You literally destroyed and threw away a whole human being because of what they believe. You are a fool. You will be left behind because that person that maybe you don't agree with their faith, maybe you don't agree with their lifestyle, but they are literally dripping with knowledge. They are knowledge is coming out of their freaking pores. And you say, nah, because that person think like that's what that person believe in. You're a fool. You'll be left behind. You'll be left behind. Because unfortunately, the world don't work that way. Your job really is supposed to be gathering and absorbing as much knowledge as you possibly can every day of your life in a positive manner. You're supposed to be striving to do better no matter where the information coming from. Period. We think we're all better than one another, and that's our problem. Oh, I'm better than that. He believe in this. He believe in that. You a fool. And I don't like talking like that, but you know what? If you smell like a duck, walk like a duck right now. You got to be a fool if you let knowledge slip by you. Even, I can even say this, even if the person never had a problem with you, but you judged them and that was it. That's where you wrong. Now, if that person came against you and did that, I get it. But if a person never said nothing to you, you judged them just because I don't like the clothes they wear, I don't like how his religion, his faith, his beliefs, or his lifestyle, you're a fool. And that's going to be the turning point for you if something really bad happens out here. Because you're judging people right now and you're not getting no knowledge, and the same people that talk like that have not done not one doggone thing to help them in a crisis or a situation that's happening to us right now. Those are the people I said in the beginning. Make excuses. That's another excuse for you not to be doing what you should and supposed to be and was born to do. That's another excuse. I don't like him, so I'm not going to get that knowledge. I don't care for her. That's why I ain't trying to. I get knowledge from people I don't even understand. You understand? I learned how to graft trees from people that speak no English, to the point where I just turn the volume down because I don't understand what they're saying, and the language is distracting me. So I turn the mute off and watch their hands and watch their body movements. I learn from people I've never seen before in my life, and I don't understand their language. So if you, in the same sense, was like, oh, these dudes are talking some kind of crazy language, click, I'm trying to find one that's going to teach me how to graft in English. Who's speaking English? You're a fool. If that's the only way you're gonna learn. I've learned how to build a top bar beehive back in the day, not from Americans. I learned how to build a top bar beehive from Africans, and I didn't understand their language. The videos I was watching, they did not speak no English, and there was no subtitles. I looked at the measuring tape that every time he measured, I wrote it down. I knew what that meant. Every time he measured, what he's making his tools out or his equipment out of, how long it should be. I wrote all that stuff down. Never learned that in English. African. And them dudes was doing it out there with no shoes on, and fire ants was everywhere. I couldn't understand it, but them was some gangsters to me. So you're a fool if you do not absorb all knowledge. You could actually do this, really. It's some scriptures in the Bible you got to keep reading over and over again and over again to make it make sense to you, right? Or you can quickly say, I don't understand this. Thee, thou, yea, not, thou. What? Oh, I ain't reading this. I don't understand this. Begat this, begat that. Oh, no, I don't need to read this. I don't understand. This book don't speak no English. Think about it. How ignorant we sound when we say stuff like that. How ignorant you sound. But then you will turn around and just contradict yourself is the word I was looking for. You don't understand mumble rappers, but you learn. Girl twerking in the background. He ain't saying nothing because he got a mouthful of temporary gold teeth. When I say temporary, they be falling like dentures. So that's adding to the mumble flair. So I already don't understand you. Then the gold teeth is clacking because they ain't glued in. And then I don't understand nothing you're talking about. And all we see is cheeks in the background. You'll learn that, though. You'll learn the actual, if there is words to that, you'll learn that. But you won't keep trying to read a scripture or do any research on it to make it to understand it, to gain knowledge. Just like grafting, just like anything else out here in life, you won't take 2 seconds to try to understand nothing that's going to save your life or your soul. But you'll literally go to school and be certified on what the hell this idiot is saying. And that's no disrespect to all rappers. It's just this one guy that drives me nuts. It's just this one guy. You'll go to school. I hear kids. What? What did you say? I said. I don't know if the child is cursing or not. Is that code for something? The child could be literally saying curse words in my face and calling me all kind of stuff. And what he gonna do to a girl tonight? I wouldn't even know. I can't even discipline the child because I don't know what mean. I gotta go to the doctor, y'all. I gotta get up and get myself together. How's everybody doing today? Good morning, Greenhouse Lounge. Yes, it is Homestead Heart. It's so disturbing that this is what the generations have reduced to. Yes, it is. Butt cheeks and mumble rap. And it's just so many people that just walking around blind, like nothing is going to happen. Literally every day, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, volcanoes, floods, tsunamis, you name it, it's happening every single day. And everybody is walking around like that ain't got nothing to do with me. How you doing, Linda? SW. Mm. Hey, Mississippi Girl Life. Yeah, they walk around like nothing wrong. But we the ones that's ridiculous. How you doing, Julia RTV? See, that's why I have my kids in the garden with me. Amen. Teach them. Teach them now. Teach them now. You can't even always say, Mr. Reaper. You can't even always say is the parents just letting them. I used to think that, but it ain't. I got kids, and technology have moved so far that it's back when I was a kid, it was hard to sneak to do something crazy because you had to sneak in the room with the one TV to watch Benny Hill. You know what I'm saying? Late night. You had to sneak in that one room with the one TV and turn that channel to make pop, 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 channel 30 to watch Benny Hill. And my daddy hear that. What you doing downstairs? What you do? You had to cut it on. Boo. You turn that, pull that knob on that floor model. Boo. And it light up like, right? And then pop, pop, pop. What y'all doing downstairs? You trying to go watch Benny Hill. But you had a lot of stuff to get through to go watch it. Because Benny Hill gonna have some half nudity sometime with his jokes and stuff. Beautiful women on there. Nowadays, kids, man, how many kids? I seen a girl. I used to be a manager. I ain't gonna say what store. And there was a girl that used to do this. She had her arms in her shirt and would be like this, looking at her phone because there was no phones at the cash registers, right, at the time, back then. Texting and talking like this. And she would have her this out. And I used to walk up on her, listen, you need to pull your arms out your shirt so people can see that you're a human being, okay? She said, oh, Mr. Led, I'm just so cold in here. And I would even say, yeah, it is kind of chilly in here, but do your best. Wear a sweater. Why did I say that? Kids, it's easy for them to sneak and get this information from anywhere now. Listen, you literally walk past billboards that's saying crazy stuff or doing crazy stuff. Now, you don't have to have no device on. You'll walk through a big box store and they will have playing in the electronics department one of the bibbity bobbity videos with the girl shaking her little cheeks. Bibbity gubbity, bibbity gubbity, gibbity, tibbity, gibbity, gibbity, bibbity, kibbity, tibbity, ha, kibbles and bits, tibbity gubbity, tibbity. On the TVs playing in the electronic department in the big box store. In the electronics section is always by the what? Toy department. And I see the little girl sitting here rubbing the Barbie doll that she want, and you want to ask her mama, can she have? But she looking at the bibbity bobbity dude in the cheeks like, she don't even know she got the Barbie no more. She don't even know she want this anymore. She's mesmerized with this 60-inch screen TV, cheeks and gold teeth and gold chain braids. So it's everywhere. It ain't just the parents letting this stuff happen. It's everywhere. And you can't keep turn your kid into a hermit and just make them stay in the house. Man, anywhere you go now, nonsense is thick and rich and tangy, like barbecue sauce. You dig what I'm saying? Ridiculousness is thick and rich, so rich you can eat it with a fork. That's how ridiculous stuff is right now. Toastman say, they saying sex sells. Yes, it does. It does. But so does knowledge. You can spit knowledge without showing your latest tattoo. If you dig what I'm saying, you can give some knowledge. I'm gonna say this, and this is why I be hating on the new age entertainment and music. This is why it ain't that I just hate them, because I don't. That's wrong. I compare them, and when I compare them, it's like it's no competition. When I was growing up, I ain't saying all rap was great, but we had choices. I ain't saying all music was great, but we had choices. Do I want to hear about this dude doing a drive-by? Or do I want to hear about dancing in the club? Do I want to hear about how to get up with the honeys? Or do I want to hear about, Luther Vandross? Do I want to hear this? You can have a piece of my love. It's waiting for you. We don't got that no more. It's all cheeks and teeth now. It's all even country. So all the country artists don't slip, because y'all know y'all young generation too. You will see some girls and some Daisy Dukes on the back of a doggone Silverado with the bed tail down. You already know. I done seen it. This ain't about just rap. It's about entertainment. I done seen it. If you don't see it, go check it out. You will see country rappers. Country artists. You can't tell whether this is rap, hip hop, country, twerking. You won't know the difference at all. And you can't say it's color, because it's white rappers, it's black rappers, it's black country singers, it's white country. You can't. So don't even put it there. I've seen a lot of country songs. Country music don't go like this no more. A dugga dong dugga dong dugga dong dugga boom 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 dugga boom dugga boom dugga boom boom boom. Right? No more. And I'm just saying it as a base, just like ours is do da do da do da do. Just a base, just a neutral base. No, they mix that now. Dugga dong dugga dong 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 dong. See what I'm saying? You don't know. You don't know no more. Shoot. But it's all getting rough, man. Back in my day, we had a choice. Do I want to listen to somebody talk about how much they love somebody, or how they had died without you? Remember that? PM Dawn. All those ballads was in movies, love movies and romantic comedies. You can't put this in no romantic comedy, man. Hey, little baby, is your daddy home? Bruce Springsteen. My heart desire. Oh, I'm on fire. over. Bruce Springsteen these days would have to have about 3 girls in the back of him tearing it up to even make an impact with that song. Hey, little baby, is it good to you? You would have to have some twerking going on in the back for that to even stick. Mm. I like that song, by the way. We just got to come up, because we're to a point where I hate saying this phrase, but what next? Is so bubbling over in the pot. What next? What next, man? What next? Sorry for raving. Let me get myself ready. Got to go to the doctor just for a checkup. That's all. And I just had to address a few things because, boy, man, this is the wrong time to be telling people who you like and who you don't like. Because I promise you, those people that you don't like right now and they spitting mad knowledge, mad blood fire, them might be the people that you gonna need if that flood come. These people is the ones you might need if that hurricane touched down in your neighborhood. And it's likely now, very likely now. That person that you cannot stand may be the one saving your doggone tailbone in a bad situation. All right. I'll probably take this video down because I don't like ranting too much. All right. By the way, solar panel prices are going up, so you better get in where you fit in. That's all I can say. And for the people that don't think you don't need all of this stuff over here, good luck. I'm working on it, Chan. Everybody have a wonderful morning, okay? Have a wonderful day. All right. Live from 73. I love you, and I'm out.